Dottie Elcon with PearlSnapDiscount.com, chatting with the director of This Is a Love Story, Ryan Harper Gray. Ryan, you just wrapped your film a couple days ago. What's that about the story? Where does the story come from?
I don't know where the story came up from. I mean, I guess the main thing that was interesting to me is, like, first of all, I find really lonely cinema interesting. Movies about loneliness, and then loneliness within the context of a reasonably good relationship, at least that's what it seems like starting off. To be lonely but sitting next to someone you love is a fascinatingly bizarre thing that happens to anyone, and it happens to most people at some point in the relationship. And the other thing that was really weird for me was kind of exploring the idea of fidelity and kind of the conflicts of all of that stuff. So there's some cheating that goes on in the movie, and it's this weird sort of element that, like, it's like a sin against someone, but like it has nothing to do with them at the same time. So it's this really, like, it can become this, like, violently painful thing that actually physically had nothing to do with them at all. It's two separate people. And I found that real fascinating. I don't know why. I've known people over the years who've had problems with infidelity and thought they had problems with infidelity. And for me, it's always like, well, I mean, do you throw the thing away, the whole relationship away, because somebody made a mistake? Or can you save it? Now, in this situation, I don't know if that's applicable to my movie, but the extreme reaction to that, as though it was in the world that people actually behave like humans, seemed odd to me. I mean, it's human nature. The fact that everyone doesn't cheat is pretty impressive, because that's, like, human nature, is to, like, connect with people. And we have a sex drive. It's part of who we are. So I wanted to kind of, like, touch on a little bit of that and explore a little bit about human sexuality and, like, the context of relationships, how that plays a role in interaction with each other. So that was what I was trying to explore. I don't know that that's where the story came from, but I mean, I guess that was something that interests me.
Wow.
That was a really long explanation to a relatively simple question process.
What's it like shooting a scene that you're in?
It's very difficult.
Well, what's the difficult part? Just for the crew to get used to you being the other side of the camera, or for you personally?
For me to be able to critically stop and answer questions about the way I want the scene achieved for them, at the same time not getting pulled out of character so far that I have a hard time getting back in. It takes a couple times. For
the people out there trying to get a picture of what this film is like, can you give me an example of a similar film? Or have you not seen that out there?
I'm sure there's nothing I'm doing original. I hope that there's an original voice somewhere in this, and I'm finding my voice through the film. But I mean, cinema's been around for 100 years.
Well, did you have an inspiration then, going into the writing process?
Going through the writing process to learn how to write a screenplay. That's it.
Wow. Well, I'm curious because you kind of sort of brought up a little bit of your background in theater is very experimental theater, very out there.
Yeah, definitely came from that. How did I go from doing theater to film?
Yeah, experimental theater.
I always wanted to do film.
So if you had to sum up what this film is trying to say in one sentence, can you do it?
I'm a fan of music. A huge fan of music. So, this is my breakup album.